Hey guys, what's happening? I was just getting ready to take the Traxxas Bandit outside and give it a clean up. Hayden and I had this outside a couple weeks ago, shortly after it had rained, and well, actually, Hayden had it out and was running it. Got really muddy, got pretty dirty, got dirtier than my rigs usually get, and for whatever reason, when we came back in that night, I put it away and had forgotten about it. Normally, I don't let them sit around that dirty, but I did, so it's time to clean her off. And I put bearings on this car over the winter time, and as you can see, it's even got a squeaker over there. Pretty worse for the wear at the moment, so I need to get it cleaned up. And the cleaning that I do is a little bit different during the time of year that I run the cars. I get a little bit more in depth with the shocks and everything else in the wintertime when I'm not running them. But I thought I would do a quick Hey Dad tutorial video on how I clean my cars. I'm sure you guys watching this already have your own ways of doing everything, which is great. And the way that I clean my cars, I'm not saying that that's the way to do it. We all have our own ways, so I was just going to show you how I do it. But anyways, I start off by hitting it with the air compressor quick just to get the larger chunks of debris out of here. So I'm going to spare you the noise of having to listen to my air compressor. I'm going to take it out and do that quick. Then I'll show you what else I do. Okay, so now that I got a lot of the dust and debris blown off of there, I don't know how easy it's to tell on this video, but there's still quite a bit of stuff on there. And this stuff's pretty caked on. I normally don't let my stuff sit around like this, so shame on me. I just take a paintbrush. A bristled brush. I picked this up at Walmart for, it was a couple bucks. And everything that I'm going to use to clean this is pretty much stuff that I would think most people have sitting around their house. It's all, and if you don't, it's fairly inexpensive stuff. I don't invest really in RC specific products like this to clean my cars because I'm cheap, I guess. And this stuff works just as fine for me anyways. But to each their own. Like I said, I'm just a cheapskate when it comes to some things. Quite a bit of crap in here. Yeah, shame on me. And at the very least, usually when I'm running them and they get the least bit wet, I usually hit them right away as soon as I'm done with the air compressor so that nothing rusts up on me. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. Apparently I wasn't thinking. But, I go over good with the brush, and that's what I do. I'm going to keep at it, but I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. So when I finish this up, I'll get back to my next step. Alright, so next up, I pull the bearings off and give them a good cleaning. Again, this is one of those things that you can go on YouTube here and watch a lot of other people's videos, and everybody seems to have their own things that they do. I don't get crazy with bearings for the most part. These Traxxas ones are pretty small, so I don't get carried away, but I got this these kind of like needle nose pliers, and yeah, purple handle. Don't be hating on me, but I picked up like a 3-pack of different pliers at Walmart a long time ago, in the craft section actually, but they serve my purposes pretty well. I just put the bearing on there like that, and I just hit them with a shot of automotive brake cleaner. Just cleans them up really well. And I'll go through the car and pull all the bearings out and do that. Hitting it with that should free it up. A lot of guys oil theirs up and stuff. I don't do that. That's just me. When they get bad enough, I'll just buy a new set. Oh, I was gonna tell you, if you're using brake cleaner or such to do your bearings, don't do them inside. I only did the one inside because I'm all set up here to shoot, but the rest of them I did outside because those fumes can be pretty noxious. But I wanted to show you too while I was taking the rear bearings off. What I like to do personally as well when I got this back end opened up is on vehicles with the slider drive shafts on them. As long as I got them apart, I like to clean them off too because they can get pretty dirty. And you know, with any moving parts, bearings, axles, and the such, any time that you can do preventative maintenance to reduce friction on your moving parts, you're always going to have a better running, slightly more efficient vehicle. But I just thought I'd share that part with you too. Alright, well, I got the tires off. They're going to get a washing too. All I do is put some hot water in a bowl. Just use some dish detergent. Swish that around. Run the tires under here quick. Get them wet. I don't like submersing my tires in water because you got them foams in there and it's a pain in the butt to get out. So I got them wet, and all I do is I use a toothbrush to clean my tires. You can also use it to clean parts of your car that are hard to get to, but again, I'm cheap, so I use a toothbrush. You can get them pretty cheap at Walmart, Dollar General, wherever. Not going to tell you guys where to buy toothbrushes from, or if you're angry at your wife or your girlfriend, you can go snag her toothbrush out of the bathroom when she ain't home and do this too. I joke. I would never do that. Just trying to be funny. Just get into all the parts that you can get to. Clean the treads out good. Rinse them off quick. Set them on a towel to dry. Put your car back together, you're good to go. Alright, so now that I got my bearings cleaned off and my tires cleaned and drying, it's time to get to the car. You can use pretty much any household cleaner. I would say something without ammonia in it, but years ago when I was running nitro, when I got back into the hobby, I'd read or heard a couple of different places that a lot of people really like to use this stuff called Simple Green. So I started doing it because it did a really good job cleaning the exhaust residue off the bodies when I was running nitro. And it translates well to electric RC as well. Simple Green. It's good stuff. And any rag you got laying around, usually I got a pile of old dish rags or washcloths that I use. But I'm actually out, so I picked up some microfiber cloths. These work well. You can get a bundle of them at Walmart for just a couple bucks. And typically I'll spray some onto the rag, but I got a feeling as dirty as I let this thing go, I'm actually going to spray some of it down a little bit. Now you just start wiping parts off. And because I'm sure there's a little bit of this car that I'm going to have to soak for a bit with this stuff, I don't like to let it sit wet, so I'll take it back out when I'm done and Hit it with the compressor again. I know, you don't like to let it sit around wet. Well, what'd you do, you idiot, when you brought the car in from the last time you ran it? I know, I'm a screw up. Like I said, in the winter time when I pretty much rarely run anything because I'm not a big fan of the cold anymore, I'll get more in depth usually, and I'll pull the cars apart and I'll clean the motors, do my shocks and all that kind of stuff. But this is just kind of the preventative maintenance cleaning that I do while I still might be running them. And I'll show you quick. I use it on the body too. You just say a little bit right there. Looks a lot better. But I'm going to go ahead off camera and wipe down the rest of the car. I'm not going to make you watch that. I'll get back to you when everything's cleaned up and put back together. Alright, here we are with the finished product. Car's all cleaned and looking good once again. Everything's freed up. I think that's about going to do it for this one. I just thought that while I was going to clean this, I would share with you guys how I do it. If you have any tips or hints or tricks for me, I'm all ears. Drop them in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be checking back in with you guys real soon. Thanks a lot. Take care.